Game Week 8 review by Rolo. So, first game, Chudley Cannons versus Rolo FC. Was potentially pretty close. The fact that Huller played Mitrovic, who didn't score that many points. I think he only scored 6. Could have kept him on the bench. Still could have done the damage if he had scored. I mean, this game was an absolute farce. Fulham got a penalty right at the end. Mitrovic didn't take it. It was taken by Adama Luckman, who tried the Panenka, fluffed his lines. Keeper could have saved it with a rolled up Daily Mirror, which had all sorts of connotations for the league. I ain't got time to go into them, but loads of shit happened. Notable scores for Chudley Cannons FC. We've got Ben Chilwell on 20 points. Ben Chilwell looks like he's going to be the best fullback in the game this season. Let's have a look at any other notable scores. Harry Kane, 25 points. As far as I can remember, all he done was score a fucking flick on. And then Werner, who actually played pretty gash all game, and then all of a sudden he was presented with a ball by a deflected assist from Kante. And I guess he finished well, but he was pretty quiet in the game. For Rolo FC, we had Bruno Fernandes, who scored 31 points. I put pretty much the full West Ham defence in, so I had Masuaku, Kufal, and Balbuena, or whatever his name is, 13.5, 18.75, and 13.25 respectively. And that's about it for my team. I mean, I also gambled on Brighton Hove Albion, and actually they weren't bad. Danny Welbeck, 11.5, Adam Lallana, 11.5. But yeah, so I ended up on 138.75 points, and Chudley Cannons ended up on 124. I said lessons learned from this game week for Huller and everyone else. Players still can represent your team while they're sitting on the bench. They can do damage for you, so think about that. Okay, next tie. Next tie was Intergalacticos versus Bukati Jatties, so this was Bry versus Kyle. This went to the last game of the week, which was Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Who knew Aston Villa were going to score 3? And Arsenal were going to score none. Unbelievable. I think Kyle went into this game ahead. Intergalacticos had Leno, Gabriel, whoever his name is, for Arsenal defence, and Ross Bartley. Ross Bartley eventually done the damage. I think what compounded things for Kyle was he had Bakary Saka in, who scored no own goal and ended up with a total of minus 0.5 points. But in the end, Bry won by around about 20 points. Kyle got a bit lucky with the Fabianski penalty save. As I said, he could have saved it with a rolled up wet Daily Mirror. Doherty got the assist on that Kane goal we spoke about earlier. Ziyech, he got 27 points. So he's got a few big hitters in there, but then the rest of his team were absolutely shit. Eze for Crystal Palace for Bry, done really well. It's his first decent return. So Bry ended up on 110.5 points, and Bukati Jatties ended up on 89.25. Anything to note on here? I mean, on a different game week, actually, I suppose Kyle was pretty unlucky because the people who didn't score just literally didn't score. I mean, Bakary Saka minus 10.5, Curentini 0.5, Semedo 0.75, Martial minus 1.5, Sterling minus 1. So on another day, this could have been a really high score from Kyle. So I guess he can count himself unlucky, but Bry's team seemed pretty solid throughout, other than his Arsenal players. But as I say, Ross Bartley pulled him out of the shit. So that was a win for Bry. Piqué and De Bruyne versus Scranton Stranglers. So Plops seems to have turned over a new leaf this season. Either that or he's just been a bit lucky, but only time will tell. We're only game weeks in, but he does seem to have turned over a new leaf and taken a bit more notice. Although he did get beat this game week, so he ended up with 90.75 points, with Gabe getting 94.75 points. Again, this game went into the last match of the game week. Let's just have a look. So, yeah, Piqué and De Bruyne had another West Ham defender in, 20.5 points. I mean, that was a no-brainer, putting the West Ham defenders in against Fulham, although it could have went shit because of that penalty, but didn't. Yeah, Jamie Vardy got his goal for Plops. Chi Adams, still thriving without Danny Ings beside him. Oriel Romeo, 13.5 points. Click, 15.5 points. So Piqué and De Bruyne, yeah, done all right this game week. I'm just looking at Gabe's. So he's got Regulion there, 17 points, which is pretty good. I think he got a clean sheet. Thiago Silva didn't get a clean sheet, but scored a goal. Souček scored for West Ham, assisted by Ben Rama, who I had on my bench. Tammy Abraham, which is a good player to hold. Obviously, for you guys who listen to the podcast and whatnot, he is one of the players that you do not get rid of, because when he plays, he is going to score big. And the other thing to mention about Gabe is, sort of first game in, he had Pascal Gross and Ben Mee on his bench, who collectively scored 27.5 points. May well have made the tie sort of out of sight by the time we were a couple of games left, but he pulled it back anyway on 94.75. So happy days. Next tie, STP versus Sunny Manny. Happy days. Poor show from both these boys. Normally have a pretty good showing in terms of points, but so the points ended up 58 to STP, 60.25 to Sunny Manny. Happy days. So there's a difference there of 2.25 points. At the time the game ended, the difference was literally 0.25. So we were just waiting for the point adjustments to come through to see if there was any changes in the result. Those changes ended up being in Sunny Manny Happy Days' favour. You got an extra couple of points from somewhere. So 58 to 60.25 Sunny Manny Happy Days. So let's go through STP's team. Rui Patricio, he got 10.25 with a clean sheet. Kyle Walker-Peters, 12.75. Dominic Calvert-Lewin got an assist, 12 points. Sadio Mane, 12.5 points. Adama Lookman missed penalty kick. If he hadn't missed that penalty kick, obviously that would have changed the total complexion of this tie, and STP probably would have ended up winning by, by about 15 points, something like that. STP left Dwight McNeil on his bench, who's been a mainstay of STP United for the last couple of seasons, one of the favourites there, but left him on the bench. Wonder if he'd be willing to trade. Sunny Manny Happy Days obviously ended up victorious. He had Southampton goalkeeper McCarthy in. Fofana, who seems to be doing very well for Leicester City. Watched the game. He looked class, actually. He looked really good. 10.75. Obviously, you got that's with a clean sheet. Any other scores of note? Marcus Rashford, 18 points. Marcus Rashford could be injured. Rumours are he could be out for about 6 weeks. So that's going to be interesting to see who he's going to play up front, because he has not got any other forwards. Bad times are coming for Sunny Manny Happy Days. Okay. So, just a review on that quickly. Sunny Manny Happy Days, 60.25. STP, 58. I'm sure normal service will be resumed next game week from both these players. And finally, Dan, 99.5 to Ragman. 45.25, which I believe Gabe said in the group chat was the lowest score of the season so far. Yeah, the wheels have come off pretty quickly on the off the Man City train. So I predict that Rag's going to backtrack and sort of diversify a bit more and get rid of some of his Man City players to get a bit of a mix in. Obviously, if Man City concede and he's got most of the Man City defence in, that's put him on a bit of a sticky wicket. In terms of Villains FC, Schmeichel, 12 points. Bednarek, 15.5 points. Clean sheet there. Jack Grealish, an assist, few key passes, couple of shots on target. Theo Walcott, Patrick Bamford. Wow, he was a bit of a laughingstock in the Championship. I'm sure I said that in the group chat. But he just seems to get loads of chances. So I don't know whether that's the players around him or the fact that he's got good movement. But either way, as long as he's getting the chances, as long as he's getting the shots on target, then happy days. Anyone on the bench for these guys? So there's nothing of any note on the bench. But yeah, Villains FC 99.5, Ragman 45.25. It'll be interesting to see if Ragman does continue with his Man City contingent or whether he does diversify going forward. Let's just have a quick look at the league before I go. Right, let's have a look. Can we see this? No, can't see that at all. So I'll read it out. So top of the league, Intergalacticos, so that's Bry. Then we've got Gabe. Then we've got Plops. Then we've got Dan. Then we've got Jura. Then we've got STP. Then we've got Kyle. Then we've got Holler. Then we've got me, Rolo, 9th, and 10th. Bottom is Rag. Looking forward to game week 9. I'm playing Pops. See you then.